Hey there, welcome back to the next episode of the Cyclone Arcade Game. Alright, so what we got here is our schematic diagram or wiring diagram up on the screen there. We had connected all 8 LEDs starting from pin number 2 and all the way up to pin number 9. Okay, so we already did that. On the bottom right there, you'll see the image of the Cyclone, and then we did the breadboarding to create more G&Ds, all right, so that we're able to connect all the lights. If you need review on that, that's going to be in the previous video. In this video, what we want to do is start coding so that we're able to get one of the lights blinking. Okay, and just to review, the one down here, if you look at the bottom right where my finger's pointing, that's going to be the one that's connected to pin number 2. We also called it a nerve, but pin number 2. And then the next one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're going to start with pin number 2. The first thing we're going to need to do is go to the coding website. And note here, you need to be using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge browsers. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm already set up here. All right, so once you're here, this is the URL. I'll put it on the in the description in case you need it, but it's code.barnabasrobotics.com. All right, once you're here, you want to make sure you see all this here. Now, you might see this. I'm going to click this button. You might see this. This is text coding. In this video, we're not going to be covering text coding. You could do text coding with it, but we're actually going to do block coding. So if you see this, go ahead and click on block code right here. This little pop-up, no problem, and then this will come out. Now, another thing you want to notice is on the left side, you might not see all these different colors. You might see, I'm going to change it for you, something like this, only 4 colors, okay? Just different modes. Now, we're going to do the advanced mode, so what you do is go to select the lesson and click advanced. Another setting, I think the last one we need to do is the board. So this one says Uno. You can have all these other boards for different projects. We want to select the Uno because that's, if you look at the blue board here on your Cyclone, you're going to see the word Uno on there. So that's how you remember. Okay, we got to make sure we select the right board so we're able to send code to there. The next thing you need is your USB cable. All right, so you've seen the camera on the bottom right. Here's my USB cable. Mine's black. Yours is going to be blue. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, make sure I don't mess up my camera here. So you plug it in. Let me change views for you just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Plug it in like that. And if you plug in the other side, then if you plug in the other side to your computer, then you're going to have the light turn on. Okay. And let's make sure we're all set up here. Okay, I think we are good. All right. So yeah, make sure you plug in all the way on this side and then all the way on the other side. If you plug it in halfway, these lights still might turn on, but you're not going to be able to send code to your Uno board. So make sure you're plugged in all the way. All right, let's go back to my other screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what we want to do now is write our first piece of code. What we need to do is go to Control, click there, and we're going to see all these different blocks here. The one we want is Program. We're going to click here and drag it and just put it in the middle. Now let me explain what's going on here. This is the program loop or program block. So every program needs, or every code that you write needs one program block. You can't have multiple. If you have multiple, the system just gets confused. So only one program, and you'll see 2 of these labels here, setup and loop. These things are called subroutines. Okay, I'll get more into what a subroutine is, but just for now, it's got 2 subroutines. All right, and subroutines, I guess I'll say they're just things with jobs. All right, so these 2 things with jobs, one of them does setup and one of them does the loop. Now setup, the job of setup is to do whatever commands you put in there, but only one time right in the beginning. Okay, so once it wakes up, the brain will do whatever's in setup and then it's done. It never does it again. Now whatever you put in loop, it does each command or each instruction in there one by one, but it keeps looping. Okay, so once it finishes whatever inside the loop, it just keeps going over and over again. So if you want it to do just one time at the beginning, you put your commands in setup. If you want it to keep looping over and over again, you put it in loop. Now, let's write a command to turn on the light. So we go over here. These are called drawers. All right, these colored blocks here. It's called a drawer. So I'm going to go to the light drawer. It's green. And then we see there's a light LED block. Cool. I'm going to click it. And I want to put it in the loop because whatever happens here, I just want it to go over and over again. Now we have to set the nerve or pin number. So we want to start with this LED, if you look at the bottom right here, and that's going to be pin number 3. Okay, and I have it, I want to turn it on, that's fine. Then I'm going to click upload. You can see, so upload actually takes this code that we're making, and it does some stuff to it, and then it sends it along your USB cable to your Uno. So once you have your code here, it's only on your computer, but actually to send it to your Uno board, you need to click upload. Okay, I'm gonna click upload, and then here you're gonna get a pop-up. Right now, because I'm on Windows, it says USB 2.0 serial. If you're on Chromebook or on Mac, it's gonna say something a little bit different. But the important thing is make sure you select it and then click connect. Okay, and then once you see this green check mark, that's a good sign. It means the code went over. And if you look on the bottom right, I have my light turned on, and guess what? I made a mistake. Do we start on pin number 3 or pin number 2? Let's see. Yep, I made a mistake, but good thing I drew my wiring diagram. I turned on the second lights, right? Number 3. So actually it should be number 2. But now that we know 3 works, 2 will probably work. And so let's just do that as a live challenge. So if I want to turn on number 2 instead of number 3, what do? Just change the nerve number 2. So I love making mistakes together because we can learn together. And I'm pretty sure you're going to hit some of these same challenges. So it's good to have me go through it with you, right? All right, so number 2 turned on, cool. And number 3 turned off because we changed the pin number here. Now, if I want the code to be in there, the code in there to turn it off, all I want to do, or all I need to do, is go to this label here, this little triangle, click on it, and just select off. So now the command's going to say number 2, let's turn number 2 nerve off. So I'm going to upload this, and it will turn off. Okay, so it's uploaded, but no light. There we go, super easy. So let's keep going a little bit. Now let's learn how to make it blink. Okay, so we want it to turn on and also off. So then I'm going to change this block to on, and then we need a second block so that we're able to turn it off. So I'm going to go to the light drawer again, get another one, put it in. Remember to change the pin number 2 because we're still controlling the pin number 2 light. And then instead of on, we have off. Hey, remember what I said about looping? It's going to go on, off, on, off, on, off super fast. Okay? So it should go on, off, on, off, on, off super fast. The reason I say super fast is because commands on the computer, they happen just like that, super fast. When someone tells us a command, it's going to take us a little time, right? It's like wash the dishes, walk the dog, blah, blah, blah. These things, it's going to take time. But if you tell the computer to do it, it's going to be super, super fast. Which is also why robots are good for certain tasks, because they work a lot faster than humans, because they just process information super fast. Anyways, that's why I say super, super fast. So let's see what happens. We're going to turn light number 2 on and then light number 2 off. And then because it's in the loop, it's going to, after that, it's going to go back to this block and turn it on and off. So on, off, on, off. Okay, upload. And let's see. All right. It's uploaded. We see green check mark, but do we see it blinking? No, we do not. I already knew that, but it's always, I do this so that we can kind of experiment and learn together. All right. So you don't see it blinking. Okay. The reason why it's not blinking is because it's turning it on and off too fast. Okay. If you imagine like Superman is turning a light switch on and off like super fast, you're not going to be able to actually see it because it's just going too fast. It's all blurred, you know. So if you had like super slow-mo vision, you probably could see it, but with the human eye, we can't see it actually. We can't notice it turning off. It just seems like it's on all the time. So what we need to do is tell it to slow down. Say, hey computer, I'm a human. I can't see you turn on and off. Can you please slow it down? And then the computer says, sure, but give me the command. So we go to the control drawer, the yellow one, and we see wait. Perfect. So we're going to click that and we're going to put it right here. Okay. So we're going to have it turn on. And then the next thing that happens is that it's going to wait and just chill out. So, and it says 1 second. That's fine. So we're going to turn on and then we're going to just hang out. Tell the computer, just hang out. Just leave it on. Don't do anything. Just wait there for a second so I can see. And then it's going to turn it off. And then we also want to make sure we do that. We also tell it to turn off and leave it off for a second. Now, why is that? A lot of times when you're writing this blinking code, most of the time, the first time we do it, we do something like this. We turn it on, leave it on for a second, then turn it off. But then what happens? It's a loop, right? So right after that, after off, it turns it back on. Okay? So is it gonna work? You know what? Let's just try it. It's not gonna work, but you know, I would say don't think it will. I'm gonna click here. We're gonna connect. Okay, look at the light. Is it blinking? No. Okay, and let's just talk that through a little bit, because the first block turns it on, then it hangs out. So it is on for a second because it just turns it on, hangs out for a second, leaves it on, and then it turns it off. So that's good. But then what happens? Right away, it loops back to the top and turns it on. So it's like on, waits for a second, and then goes off on, off on. So that because the off on is so fast, you can't actually see it off. So you have to say, okay, I also want you to chill out after off and wait there for a second so that I can see it actually turn off. Okay, a little bit tricky. So the first time, that's something, if we were doing the class together, I would say try it, and then you might get stuck, and then then we learn about why it does that. Here we go. So now it's on for a second and off for a second. Cool. All right, so we have it blinking. Now for our game, what's gonna happen is that the lights will be blinking all in the sequence. Okay. Now, remember the point of the game is going to be to push a button while it's on a certain light. Now, this is kind of slow, so what we want to do is at some point make it harder. So let's change the weight here, right? So the weight determines how fast the light blinks. Okay, so I want you to think, if I want it to blink faster, should I wait for a longer time before I change the light, or a shorter time? Well, it's going to be a shorter time, right? So if I go on and then say wait for a shorter period of time and then try to turn it off, then it's going to be faster. So I'm going to do half a second, so 0.5, and see what happens. And make sure you do it to both of these. Connect, and then you see now it's blinking faster. Did this work? Maybe it didn't work. Let me try. Okay, there it was. Faster. Sometimes it works kind of, you get that error. I saw error. Just try to upload again. Okay, and then let's go even faster. So what's half of 0.5? It's 0.25. Okay, a little simple math here. We're going to upload. Select my device. Okay, if you look at my screen, it's going even faster. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. So at this point, what I want you to do is after the video, just play with the light blinking, okay? See if you can, see how fast you can get it to blink. So you remember, you just changed this number, okay? So go faster and faster until you can't see anymore. Because if it's too fast, it's just going to look like it's always on, right? So kind of you can play play with that. One thing, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but one thing you can also practice is are you able to do a really fast blink and then just wait? So it's like blink and then nothing for like 5 seconds, and then blink, and then nothing for like 5 seconds. So how would you do that? Just something to think about. How I'll just give you a hint. It just has to do with these weights, like what number you put in these weights. All right. All right. I'll leave that with you. Oh, and then while I'm at it, you can also do the opposite of that. Can you do like have it turn on for a long time? So it's on for a long time, and then off really quick, and then on for a long time, off really quick, on for a long time. All right. So 3 challenges. Number 1, make it blink super fast, so fast. So till you almost can't see it, but you still can see it, right? So how fast can you get it, but you still have to be able to see it, blink. Number 2, how do you go blip really fast and then off, blip really fast and then off. And then the opposite, last challenge, is on for a long time, and then off really short, and then on for a long time, off really short. Okay? All right, I'll let you work on that, and then on the next video, I will show you how to do all the other lights. All right, see you later for now.